Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss a very interesting and mysterious topic: what would happen if the moon did not exist? The moon plays a very important role in life on Earth, and without it, many things would change drastically. Let's explore together 10 things that would happen if the moon did not exist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss other interesting content. One. Ocean tides. Without the moon, ocean tides would be very different. The moon is the main cause of tides because its gravity pulls on ocean water. Without the moon, tides would be much weaker, influenced only by the sun. This would drastically change the marine ecosystem, affecting marine life that relies on tides for reproduction and feeding. These changes would have a major impact on species that rely on tides for survival. Many marine organisms, such as crabs and shorebirds, rely on tidal cycles to feed and reproduce. Without strong tides, their populations could decline drastically. In addition, human communities living on the coast would also feel the impact. Many economic activities, such as fishing and tourism, depend on the tides. Without the moon, changing tidal patterns could disrupt their livelihoods. These changes could also lead to faster coastal erosion, threatening coastal infrastructure and settlements. Furthermore, these tidal changes could affect the migration patterns of fish and marine mammals. Many species use the tides as time markers for their annual migrations. Without the moon, these migration patterns could be disrupted, impacting the entire marine ecosystem. Two. Earth's rotation stability. The moon helps stabilize Earth's rotation. Without the moon, Earth would experience a major shift in the tilt of its axis, which could lead to extreme climate change. This would make the seasons irregular and unpredictable, affecting agriculture and everyday life. An unstable tilt of Earth's axis could lead to drastic climate change. For example, areas that normally have a temperate climate could experience extremely hot summers or extremely cold winters. This would affect global weather patterns and could lead to more frequent natural disasters. In addition, extreme climate change would impact agriculture. Plants that depend on specific seasons to grow may not be able to adapt to rapid changes, resulting in reduced yields and food crises. These changes could also affect the distribution of water, causing droughts in some areas and floods in others. Changes in the tilt of the axis could also affect the distribution of sunlight on Earth. Areas that normally receive enough sunlight could become darker, while other areas could become too bright. This would affect plant photosynthesis and the overall balance of the ecosystem. Three. Day length. The moon slows the Earth's rotation through tidal effects. Without the moon, days on Earth would be much shorter, perhaps only about 6 to 8 hours. This would affect the biological rhythms of all living things, including humans, who have adapted to a 24-hour cycle. Changes in day length would disrupt sleep cycles and daily activities. Humans and animals that are accustomed to a 24-hour cycle may experience health problems, such as sleep disorders and stress. The circadian rhythm, which regulates many body functions, would be disrupted. In addition, economic and social activities would also be affected. Many activities are planned based on a 24-hour cycle, such as working, studying, and exercising. With shorter days, we would have to adjust our schedules and perhaps spend less time on various activities. This could also affect productivity and the general well-being of society. Shorter day lengths could also affect eating patterns and metabolism. Our bodies might have to adapt to more frequent eating schedules, which could lead to changes in diet and overall health. In addition, these changes could affect sleep patterns, leading to more common sleep disorders. 4. Evolution of life. The moon has played a vital role in the evolution of life on Earth. Tides caused by the moon may have helped the first life move from the sea to land. Without the moon, evolution would have been very different, and terrestrial life might never have developed. Strong tides create dynamic environments on coastlines, which may have encouraged marine organisms to adapt and eventually move onto land. Without the moon, these environments might not exist, and the evolution of terrestrial life could have been hampered. Additionally, many species rely on the lunar cycle for various aspects of their lives, such as reproduction and navigation. Without the moon, they might not be able to adapt as well, which could lead to the extinction of some species. Life on Earth would be very different, with ecosystems that might be less diverse and stable. Human evolution could also have been affected. Without the moon, different environmental conditions might not have supported the development of the human brain and cognitive abilities that we know today. This could mean that human civilization might never have reached the level of advancement that we have today. 5. Night light. The moon is an important source of night light. Without the moon, the nights would be much darker, which would affect the behavior of nocturnal animals and humans. Nocturnal activity will decrease, and night navigation will become more difficult. Nocturnal animals, such as owls and bats, rely on moonlight to hunt and forage. Without moonlight, they may have difficulty finding prey and could experience population declines. Predators that rely on night vision will also be affected. For humans, darker nights can increase the risk of accidents and crime. Nighttime activities, such as working or exercising, will become more dangerous without moonlight. In addition, cultures and traditions that involve the moon, such as festivals and celebrations, will be lost. Losing the moon can also affect mental health, as moonlight often provides a sense of calm and inspiration. Additionally, without moonlight, we may lose much of the astronomical knowledge gained through night observations. The moon is often used as a reference in navigation and timekeeping. Without the moon, we would have to rely on other stars and planets, which may not be as accurate or clear. Six. Calendars and time. The moon has influenced the way humans measure time for thousands of years. Many ancient calendars were based on the lunar cycle. Without the moon, humans would likely have developed very different calendar systems, which would have influenced culture and history. Lunar calendars, which are based on the lunar cycle, are used by many cultures to determine the time of celebrations and rituals. Without the moon, we would likely have a calendar based entirely on the sun, which would change the way we celebrate and commemorate events. In addition, the lunar cycle also affects many aspects of our daily lives, such as farming and fishing. Without the moon, we would have to find new ways to organize time and plan activities that depend on the cycles of nature. These changes could affect the way we understand and interact with the world around us. A calendar based entirely on the sun would probably not be as accurate as a lunar calendar in some ways. For example, a lunar calendar is better at determining harvest and planting times because it is more in line with the cycles of nature. Without the moon, we would likely have to develop new technologies to compensate for this deficiency. 7. Eclipses. Without the moon, there would be no lunar or solar eclipses. Eclipses are important phenomena that have influenced culture and science throughout history. Without eclipses, our understanding of the solar system would likely be very different. Eclipses have been used by scientists to study many aspects of the solar system, such as the size and distances between the planets. Without eclipses, we would likely not have the same understanding of the universe. In addition, eclipses also have deep cultural and spiritual significance in many societies. Without eclipses, many of the myths and legends associated with these phenomena would probably not exist. Eclipses are often seen as omens or important events in history, and losing them would change the way we see and understand the world. Losing eclipses would also reduce the opportunity to inspire curiosity and scientific exploration. In addition, eclipses have been at pivotal moments in human history, such as when Christopher Columbus used a lunar eclipse to scare Native Americans into giving him food. Without eclipses, many historical events would likely not have occurred, changing the course of human history. 8. The effect of gravity. The moon's gravity affects the Earth in many ways, including causing tides and stabilizing its rotation. Without the moon, this gravitational influence would be lost, which would change Earth's dynamics and possibly affect geological activities such as earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Without the moon's gravity, Earth would likely experience more earthquakes and volcanic activity. The moon's gravity helps regulate pressure inside Earth, and without it, this pressure could increase and lead to more natural disasters. In addition, changes in gravity could affect Earth's oceans and atmosphere. Without the moon, ocean currents and weather patterns could change, which would affect global climate and life on Earth. These changes could lead to greater environmental instability, threatening the survival of many species. The moon's gravity also affects Earth's orbit. Without the moon, Earth's orbit would likely become more unstable, which could cause changes in the distance between Earth and the Sun. This would affect global temperatures and could lead to more extreme climate change. 9. Cultural inspiration. The moon has been a source of inspiration in art, literature, and mythology around the world. Without the moon, many of the works of art and stories we know would probably not exist. Losing the moon would leave a huge void in human culture. The moon often appears in poetry, songs, and paintings as a symbol of love, mystery, and beauty. Without the moon, many beautiful works of art would probably never have been created. Additionally, many myths and legends associated with the moon would be lost, diminishing our cultural richness. Additionally, the moon also has spiritual and religious significance in many cultures. Without the moon, many rituals and celebrations associated with the lunar cycle would probably not exist, changing the way we celebrate and understand the world. Losing the moon could also affect cultural identities and traditions that have existed for thousands of years. The moon has also been an inspiration for many scientific and technological discoveries. For example, observations of the moon have helped us understand more about gravity and astronomy. Without the moon, our scientific progress would likely be hampered, affecting the development of technology and our knowledge of the universe. 10. Space exploration. The moon was humanity's first destination for space exploration. Without the moon, space exploration programs would likely be very different, and we might not have as much knowledge about our solar system. The moon also serves as a springboard for missions to other planets. The Apollo missions that landed humans on the moon were one of the greatest achievements in the history of space exploration. Without the moon, we might not have had a clear goal for early space missions, which could have slowed down our technological development and our knowledge of the universe. The moon also serves as a training and testing ground for missions to other planets, such as Mars. Without the moon, we might face more challenges in planning and executing interplanetary missions, since we would not have a relatively close place to test technologies and strategies. The moon also holds valuable resources, such as helium-3, which could be used as fuel for future fusion reactors. Without the moon, we would likely lose these resources, which could slow down the development of clean, sustainable energy. Losing the moon would also reduce the motivation for space exploration, which could affect the future of humanity exploring the universe. Thanks for watching this video. As we can see, the moon plays a very important role in life on Earth, and without it, many things would change drastically. From ocean tides to cultural inspiration, the moon influences many aspects of our lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss other interesting content. Your support means a lot to the development of this channel. See you in the next video.